So today we're going to be talking about trigonometry functions, as we have been, but this time they're giving us different values, and we're going to be searching for them in our sine, cosine, and tangent. So, what we're going to do, for each one of these, we're going to do a sine, a cosine, and tangent, so for each question you should have 3 answers. So for the first one, sine, and then we're just going to put our pi divided by 2 in there. So, really important, you're going to put this in your calculator, but you have to make sure that it is set, that your calculator is set to radians, not degrees. And if you guys aren't sure how to do that, email me and I will help explain how to change it, okay? But it has to be in radian or you're not going to get a correct answer. So, then you're going to just put this in. So, sine pi divided by 2. Hit enter. You should get an answer. So, for this one, our answer is going to be 1. Next, we're going to do the exact same thing for cosine. So, cosine, parenthesis, pi divided by 2. Normally, when you open sine, cosine, or tangent in your calculator, it already has a parenthesis. So you don't have to add more parentheses to it. You just put in your numbers afterwards and go from there. So, same thing, cosine, typing in your calculator, cosine pi divided by 2. This time we get 0. Lastly, we're going to do tangent. So, tangent of pi divided by 2. Oop, that's a bad 2. Close parenthesis, going to plug in our calculator, just like we did the other two. We're going to hit enter. Okay, so if you put this in your calculator and you get a domain error, your answer for that is going to be undefined. So undefined, or you can just put UND. That's fine, shorten it. Undefined, okay? So if you get a domain error, it's undefined. So, next one. We're going to do the same process. Sine, parenthesis, pi. We're going to hit enter, or we're going to type that in our calculator. Sine, pi. That's all you got to do. Hit enter. In this case, we get 0. Next, we're going to do the same thing for cosine. Cosine pi, we get negative 1 as our answer. Lastly, we're going to do tangent of pi. And what do we get when we do tangent of pi? We get 0. So our answer is 0 for that one. Okay? So if you notice, it doesn't really matter how the thing you're plugging in is set up. You can plug anything in. So like this next one, we have 3 pi divided by 2. It still works, so we're still going to plug them in. Sine 3 pi divided by 2. And you'll type it in exactly how it's written. Sine 3 pi divided by 2. Okay? So I'm going to do that. Sine 3 pi divided by 2. We get a negative 1, so equals negative 1. We're going to do the same thing for cosine. Cosine of 3 pi divided by 2 gives us 0. And then again, we're going to do it for tangent. We get another domain error. So tangent of 3 pi divided by 2 is equal to undefined. Whenever you're putting these in your calculator, you really should be able to just scroll back up or copy and paste it and just change that sine or cosine or tangent to get, and then hit enter again. So this shouldn't take long. That's all you gotta do. We're gonna skip the last one. I think you guys got it by now. Just plug them into your calculator, get your answers. If you get a domain error, remember it's undefined. Just, you can write UND or spell out undefined. That's also okay. And yeah, that's all you got to do for this assignment.